paintings look really, really flat right now, but it's okay. I'm here to help you add some more depth and make them look a little bit more realistic. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your favorite artist, Lo Picasso. My real name is Vanessa. You call me either or. I'm fine with, any other names for it. If you're new here, welcome. You feel me? Welcome to Lo Picasso's world. You feel me? If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Today's video is going to be about color theory, skin tone edition. This is something that I've been learning how to do over the course of I want to say about 2-3 years. I'm going to help you take your paintings from looking flat and lifeless like this painting, and then turn it into something that has more texture, more realism, more depth like this painting. Yeah, those are my credentials, guys. You feel me? I'm gonna be showing y'all how to implement color theory into your mixing of skin tones and blending and all the things, and help your paintings just look more real, right? Have more depth to them. So yeah, I'm just gonna be showing y'all what colors to use, to make certain skin tones, right? For more melanated skin tones like mine, or less melanated skin tones like Caucasian, the way Caucasian people look. So yeah, knowing how to make skin tones blend, all those things really make a difference in just the way that your painting turns out. Just provides layers to them, and just overall makes it look really rich and real at that. So I'm going to be having a reference photo that I'm looking off of, be showing y'all step by step how I'm making certain shades, how I'm making transition shades and highlights, and I'm just going to be breaking down what all of that means. You can apply that to your own work and just other figures that you're painting. First thing to consider before even touching paint is, are there darks, are there shadows, are there mid-tones, are there highlights to the picture or the person that I'm trying to paint. So all of those refer to, right, is with the darks and the shadows, they typically start near the jawline. It really depends on how your reference photo is lighted, where the light source is hitting. That's what I meant to say. So usually shadows typically start in the jawline area, neck area, and then that's where the rest of the shades kind of build up. So towards here you'll have the mid-tones, and then towards the cheek and the T-zone area, chin area, cheeks, nose, that's where the highlights will typically be. It's important that you break down the photo that you're using to know what exactly that you're trying to accomplish before you even put a touch of paint on your canvas or whatever surface that you're using. The reference photo that I'm going to be using is a photo of the duo Kid and Play, and I figured that using the two of them would be a good way to show the contrast in their skin tones and just how to achieve both of their skin tones, as most people look like either or of them, even though they're both African American. But all right, so I'm gonna put a reference photo on the screen, and then I'm also gonna be looking down at it so that I can dissect the photo with y'all before we actually get into painting it. We'll start with Kid. Kid is the light skinned one on the right. A lot of shadows on the right side of his face. It's a lot of darks, and then the mid-tones right after. That would be a transition shade. Transitioning would mean just going into the next, right? The next of anything, right? In this context, it'd be the next shade or the next level of dark or light, right, in his face. And the transition shade would be the lighter brown after the dark shadow. And then after the lighter brown would be the more yellowy, apricotish shade after that. After that shade, transitioning into just the highlight, the T-zone area where it's a little bit more white. Disclaimer, when picking a photo to go based off of, right, a lot of them are studio light focused pictures. Not all of them are taken in natural lighting, but that shouldn't, discourage you from using like studio light referenced photos, because again, you'll still be able to see like darks and lights, but it is important to find pictures that are strong in having all of the values, the darks, the lights, the midtones, the highlights, all of them, so it's not super like flat. So part of the reason why I chose this picture. With Play's face, he's like a little bit on the more melanated side. Again, just the dark shade emerging from his chin and neck area basically looks black. And then the shade after that would be a little bit lighter, and then after that shade would be like a highlight on his chin and like under eye area, darks by his eyebrows, under his nose. Now we're gonna get into the colors that you would need to essentially accomplish painting both of these kinds of skin tones. So the main colors that you're gonna need to create these skin tones are gonna be red, yellow, blue, and white. You can also use shades of brown, like straight out of the tube, and add it to the red, yellow, blue, white mixture. But again, if you don't have like different shades of brown, red, yellow, blue, and white are your best bet. And that's usually the typical palette that most painters use when creating skin tones, just so that they could have a limited palette and always have those colors on deck to create the skin tones that they would like. Red, yellow, and blue already create the color brown. It makes a muddy kind of brown, but depending on how your reference picture looks, you can maneuver how you want it to look. Red and yellow and white make more like fair skin tones, right? More light-skinned people. For a kid's face, the darker shadows, you would use red, yellow, and blue. You would use more blue because blue is a cooler skin tone, and that would create the shadow on the right side of his face. For the transition shade leading after that, you would use red, yellow, a little bit of blue, and use more like yellow and like a little bit of white to create that shade. After that, you would use red, yellow, and white. Use a little bit more yellow and a little bit more white. And for the highlights, you would use either more white or more yellow. You could really just play around with that and create that shade. Play's face, darker areas, you would use red, yellow, blue. More blue to create darker shade effect. The shade after that, red, yellow, blue. More red and blue. Touch of yellow. Shade after that, that's more like of a highlight. Use red, yellow, and white. You'd use a little bit more yellow. And then like more white, depending on what area of the face the highlight is on. That brings us to the end of today's video. If you found this helpful, you feel me, let me know in the comments. You feel me, if you have any more tips that I may have left out, again, put it in the comments. You feel me, we could all use more tips and just more effective ways of painting skin tones, creating that realism and depth to our portraits, or just paintings of anything for the matter. If you want to directly support me in just making more videos and just funding projects that I do have planned for the future, I do have an online shop, lilpicasso.bigcartel.com, where I sell prints, original paintings, graphic tees, hoodies like this one, you feel me? All the funds would go directly to me, no third parties or anything like that. Like for more videos, subscribe so that you can be part of the Lil Picasso world, the Lil Picasso family. We're almost at 500 subscribers at the time of this video is being recorded. So I'm gonna see y'all in the next video, God willing. And yeah, bye for now.